Hi everybody and welcome back to some more Project Cars, a Game of the Year edition here on this channel. Now in today's episode we're going to be doing another race and base setup, and I will show you the setup at the end of the video. But also guys, we're going to be doing a new series on this channel, on this game, but I will talk about that at the end of the video as well. But first of all, let's get into the garage and select this car that we're going to do the race and base setup on. This car, I don't know what pack it was released on, but it's absolutely phenomenal. It's an absolute gem. It's got into at least the top 5 of my favourite cars on this game. And just keep the select, it is Mercedes. So, yep, no, it's not that one. This one. This car, the Mercedes-Benz C-coupe DTM. Now, it's a touring car, and this thing is so much fun to drive. It's fast, it handles like a dream. Even on default settings, it wasn't bad, but I did my own setup on it. This setup's going to be probably more aimed at the shorter sort of tracks, race tracks, but you're going to want to race this online against the computer on various tracks. It is so much fun, and I will show you the setup that I've used on the car in today's video. But we're going to do a race, and I'm going to try and push it to show you how good it is. But quickly select a track. Now I'm going for a short circuit, so let's do one that I know quite well. I think we'll go for Brands Hatch GP. Yeah, we'll go for Brands Hatch GP, and let's just set the. We'll put it on 8 laps, 11th opponents. We'll put it up to 90% AI, but so I'm going to start at the back of the grid just to make it a little bit more challenging. But I just want to show you how well this car handles, and you can really push it. Now, I've only done a few hours on it. I haven't really done many proper races in it, so I might not win the race, but I just want to show you how good this thing handles, and I'm going to push it as hard as I can. I'm using my Frostmaster T300 RS. Literally, we only got the Game of the Year edition because I got the hard disk, because I got rid of my old one. I traded it in. I lost all my settings, so I've had to readjust everything, and every setup I had saved has gone. Oh, it was absolutely nightmare. But we're getting to this race and base setup. Hopefully, it'll be a good one, and then I'll show you the setup at the end of the video and talk about the new series. So let's get straight into the racing. Here we go. Right, so here we go with this race and base setup on this awesome touring car, and just look at this thing. It is stunning, and I love the styling of the cockpit and the steering wheel. I just love this car. Now, the aim of this video today is to show you a race and base setup on a vehicle. I don't always win the races in these setups, but the idea is once I've got some heat in the tyres, I will show you how stable and good this setup is, so you can use it if you haven't had the time to do a setup in this car, and you can have some fun with it. I mean, I'm not the most experienced sim driver on YouTube, but I do like to try and help people if I can, and I do love racing, so I do a lot of racing on this channel if you haven't noticed already, and if I can help a few people, that'd be great. So this setup isn't the finished setup. It may need a few tweaks in here and there, but if you need to tweak it to make it a little bit better, then let me know in the comments below. It's good to help each other. Right, let's get straight into the racing. So I've managed to take 2 cars already, and let's really start pushing it, but we want to get some heat in the tyres. It takes about a lap or so until you feel the grip really work really well on this car around the corners. It sticks like glue, and you can really feel a little bit more confident. Can we get past another car here? No, that's not a very good pass. We're back off. That is a difficult corner to pass. I do it now and again, but you need to get through there really quick and get that turn in. But I don't want to do it on the first lap. I don't think I've got the maximum grip, and my brakes aren't up to temperature as well. But once that all those things start working, then you will see, hopefully, each lap I will improve. Now, I haven't done many laps around this circuit in this car. I did a few laps. I do a general setup in these videos around different lengths of tracks. So ones that have got longer straights and really long ones, say something like Spa, I would do a totally different setup for that, because you would need something with a higher top end rather than more acceleration. But this setup has more acceleration and suits all these sort of short circuits. But let's see if we can get as close to the front as we can, and we've managed to gain another place. We're up to P9, but that's the aim. I'm going to aim for about a podium place. If I can get to the top 3 in these 8 laps, that would really be brilliant. Can we get another car in this corner? I'm really starting to feel the grip in this car now. Now I'm going to start gunning it. You do, as soon as you feel the grip appear in this car, you will start absolutely firing into those corners, because it does stick like glue. So we're only on the 2nd lap, and now we've got the grip. Hopefully you will see the time start coming down at each sector, as long as I can keep my driving up to standard. Like I said, you know, sometimes I do these base setup videos and I have a horror show of a race, but hopefully this will be a good one. I mean, I try and choose the circuits where I know that you can really push cars, and I should be able to get through that corner. Yes, we managed to take another car. That is a difficult corner again to overtake, but we managed to get a clean pass there, and we're up to P7. That's what you want. So we're up to P7 on the second lap. Now we've got to get the closest we can to the top 5, because they will start pulling away, especially on this AI difficulty. So let's just try and take a few more cars going into the at least halfway through this race. We should have the leading cars in sight. Otherwise, it's not going to be easy to get a podium. But we will try our best. But I didn't brake enough into that corner. That wasn't the grip of the car. I just didn't brake enough and get a nice turn into there. Hopefully we won't do that again, but we managed to control it enough because this car does handle really well. Sometimes you do get a little niggle if you just go on the curb a bit, but it's controllable in this car. You don't lose it completely. It's not one of those cars where you hit a bit of curb and it kicks out. It is a very, very stable car. So we're up to P6. There's another vehicle we've managed to overtake, so you can get really nice and tight into those corners now and really start gunning. And we're faster, 0.6 quicker on that sector. So hopefully the times will improve each lap as I get more heat in the tyres and I feel a little bit confident, and I'll start settling into the race. We need to close that gap down to the car in 5th. It's managed to pull a couple of seconds, I think, there, and we want to start to get closer, because if we lose touch with the top 3 going into at least halfway through this race, it's going to be really difficult. And yes, we were faster at that sector as well, so hopefully we can get to the end of this lap and really start putting in the laps in. But you can try this car on various other circuits. I mean, I did a few short circuits. I tried it on all the short circuits like Silverstone National, Alton Park. There's loads of circuits. You know, you can really have some good races, and we're over a second quicker at the end of this lap. So we're going to the 4th lap, and we are starting to bring the gap down between us and 5th place. Hopefully we can get past at least one more car in this lap, and then hopefully we can take a lap going into the 8th lap and get close to the car that's leading the race. But oh god dear, couldn't get that car in that corner. Let's see if we can get a good drive around that corner, and yes, we managed to get a good drive around the corner. We're up to P5. Now we're starting to, yes, that was great driving, as the game just said, but now we can start really pushing this car and hopefully still improve. And again, we're faster on that sector, so we are starting to really improve. And you will start to do this once you start to get the feel for the car. You start knowing where you can push it and improve as well. So let's see if we can go faster through this corner and get a nice smoother run. Now that was a bit better. Now let's really try and get that car in our slipstream, and hopefully we can get past him coming towards the end of this lap. And again, we were faster at that sector, so that's absolutely brilliant. If we can do that every single lap, we should be able to catch with the cars that are in the podium places. Like I said, I'll go for at least at least 3rd position would be great. Just showing you how much you can push this car, and you'll see that with the lap times as well, hopefully. So let's see if we were faster at the end of this lap and show that we are improving. Yes, faster at that lap as well. Brilliant. Let's keep on improving. Let's try and get a better line through this corner now. And that was much better, nice and smooth. We should get past this car going into this corner. We can go through that a little bit faster than the AI. Yes, we managed to get up the inside, get a nice turn into that corner, and we're up to P4. Now we've just got to chase down the cars in the podium places. And as you can see, there's 2 cars that are quite close together, and the car that's leading the race has got a slight gap over them. So we're going to want to get past these next 2 cars really quickly, because otherwise we won't catch the car in first. But I'm not sure whether 8 laps was enough to catch from start at the back to get to the front on this level. But if we don't, we don't. But I will show you the base setup at the end of the video, and plus we've got a new series that's going to be starting on the channel as well, which I'm going to talk about as well. But let's just try and settle into this and see if we can still keep improving sector to sector. See if we were faster at this next split point. Yes, another half a second quicker. So you know, this is what I mean, guys. Once you get the hang of this car, you will start improving lap to lap. So in races, whether you do races online or against the AI, whatever you prefer, once you've got the temperature in the tyres in these cars, and you've got the setup of how you like everything, you can really start improving lap to lap. So let's see if we're faster. And yeah, we were only slightly faster on that at the end of that lap. Right, we're going into the 6th lap, so we've only got 3 laps to go, and we've got 3 cars in front of us. Can we get into a podium position? Let's just try and stick with these two cars. We want to get close enough towards the end of this lap at least, otherwise we're not going to get anywhere near that car that's leading the race. But let's just try and get nice and tight and got a nice drive in there. We might be able to get past this car going into the next left-hander. He was really slow through that corner and we managed to get right round. Let's get nice and tight, try and stick it right to the curb and then accelerate. And were we faster? Again, we were faster that sector, so again, we're improving. Now let's try getting the slipstream of this car. If we can get past this car going into the 7th lap, that gives us 2 laps to try and chase down the leader. So let's just try and stick with this car as close as possible as we can. Let's try and go faster through this corner. We need to try and improve into each corner to try and bring that time down, because that car in front's probably got about a 4-second lead, and that's quite a lot to gain in two laps. And we are faster at that sector again. Improvement each time. We are going faster and trying to push the car. We are going to try and take a few risks, and we got a nice drive through that corner. Look at that, we've managed to get past. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to turn into this corner. No, I know the AI always do that. I backed off into that corner. That's happened a few times when I've done practice laps around this circuit, and you've always got to be aware of that. And we were faster at that lap, so we are really flying at the moment. Right, oh God, I just left the brake in a little bit late, but just managed to turn it in. Right, so we've got 2 laps to try and chase down the car in first, but we've got to try and concentrate as well. We don't want to push the car too much and lose control. Let's try and keep it nice and tight to all the curbs. Let's get nice and tight. Oh, no, I felt a bit of a slide there. I just nicked the curb there. That's going to cost us a bit of time. But I'm afraid sometimes those things happen when you're really trying to push a car. You make the odd mistake, and that might have cost us. And yes, it did. Over 1.5 seconds we've lost at that sector. Oh my God, that's really, really going to affect us in this race. I don't think we are going to be able to catch the leader. But never mind, we still had a decent enough race on this racing base setup video to show you how good this car is. And I reckon if I had 10 laps, I probably would have caught the leader and maybe won the race. But that's just try and finish strong and try and have a good last lap and just see if the AI does make a mistake. You never know, but mostly the races I have on this game, when the AI get in the lead, they don't generally make any mistakes. They only make mistakes when they're challenging with other cars. So let's just try and finish this lap off. We've definitely lost a lot of time in that lap. That is such a shame, because we were absolutely flying. We were dropping that time lap to lap, sector to sector, and look at the time. Yes, 2.5 seconds we lost on that lap, and that is way too much in a race like this. So we go into the 8th lap, and God, we lost it in that corner again. I'm making silly little errors. This is nothing to do with the car setup. This is just me showing a bit of frustration that I was so close to winning this race, and I wasn't expecting to get that close to the front, to be honest. But we still showed you enough how good this car is, and I will show you the setup at the end of the video. Let's just try and get to the end and try not to make any more mistakes and take that 2nd place. I mean, I said at the start of the video I would take a podium, and I think we're going to at least get that as long as we don't crash out. But this car is absolutely brilliant. I'm going to have loads of fun with this car in other races. I may do another setup on this car for a long circuit. If let me know in the comments below if you want to see another setup on this car. Maybe it's a setup in the wet. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see. If you got this car on whatever pack it came on. If someone knows what pack it came on, let me know in the comments below, because I definitely didn't have this car before the Game of the Year edition. I did have quite a few of the DLC packs, but I didn't have one that had this vehicle, so I don't know which one it came on. So let's just try and get to the end of this race, and then we get straight into the setup that I've used in today's video. And yes, that was a really good race. Just a shame that I mucked it up on the 7th lap. But there you go, those things happen. So we take 2nd place, which is absolutely brilliant. I still enjoyed that race. I hope you enjoyed that as well. I will show you a brief clip of the highlights of that race at the end of the video after the setup. Let's get straight into the base setup. So here we go. Right guys, let's get straight in the base setup, and I hope you enjoyed that race, even though I didn't manage to win it. But let's get straight into the setup. Feel free to pause the video to jot down the setup and copy it if you want. But if you do manage to use this setup and you do need to tweak it to make it better, let me know in the comments below so we can help each other and other people can see that and test out different things. But I spent a few hours on this on various short circuits. You can use this whether you use a steering wheel or a controller. I generally do test out on both. It feels stable on both. and just give it a go and let us know. And I will get into another thing that I'm going to be doing on this channel very, very soon. Now we've got the Game of the Year edition, and I will get that into that in a minute. Let's just get through the end of this setup. That's the gearing. So I've gone for more acceleration, as you can see. And I think that's about it. So we're going to just jump into another section, and I just want to talk about a new series that's coming up. So here we go. Right guys, I wanted to start a new career mode. Now we've got loads of new invitational events and loads of new vehicles added on the Game of the Edition. It would be a good idea to go through some of this career mode, but let me know what tier you want me to start up from, whether from the start or in the middle. Let me know in the comments below and we will start that very soon. Now we're going to get into the clips from that race. Thank you so much for watching.